Peace. Welcome to today's live, the first of many to come. We will be starting our new series, Talking Vegan, where I will be interviewing vegans professionals that are moving through the world, living their journey. They're going to come share their story with us so that we can learn from their lessons. I'm going to ask some of the hard questions. We're going to try to keep it light and fun, but it's all about you being able to learn. And that's what I want to do, is to engage and learn. So let's get it going. Peace, peace. Thank you all for joining. I'm just waiting on our guests to show up. So in the meantime, just enjoy the ambiance, enjoying the scene. I'm good. I got a chance to hang out with my good brother. So, hey, I'm living today. Yeah. As my man just said, I'm having a private moment in public. So, join me. All right. So, I'm hoping that you all, while I feel the time, I'm really super excited about this month of April. This is, and let's take a step back. I'm pushing and stretching myself this month, especially today. Today is actually the anniversary, the 7th anniversary of the day my mom passed. And so for the month of April, I am encouraging everybody to live healthy, because I do not want your children, your family, to feel the pain that I felt when I had to, when she transcended. So that's why this is so important to me. That's why I got into this. That's why I changed my lifestyle, is to live healthy, to help other people not have to experience what I experienced. So that's what it's about. So in the meantime, go click the link in my bio, download the tracker so that you can join this 30-day challenge of living healthy. You just have to pick one of 4 activities to do for 30 days so that you can build a healthy habit, because that's what it's all about. Health is not a singular act. It is a series of acts that you do every single day. In order to maintain optimal health, you got to get under there and tinker every day. It's not like a car where you can just go miles and miles and miles and then just get an oil change at the 15, 10,000 mile mark. No, you got to change that oil every day. But all right, let's me see what's going on with Miss Shaleyah, since we're waiting on her to pop in. Hope everybody else jumps back in here in a little while. I really love the ambiance, man. Appreciate the atmosphere, brother. Okay, where you at, Miss Shaleyah? So, tell me what's going on in your day while we wait. Anything exciting? Share with me a moment of living healthy. Let me grab my water real quick. And so, while we wait, because you might know, but you might not, you may be new to the show today. Who am I and why am I talking to you? Me, I'm Coach Rob, and I am a plant-based nutrition and fitness coach. I help entrepreneurs and parents go plant-based, live healthier lives, and have the energy to build thriving businesses. What got me into this lifestyle is I lost my mother to cancer and my firstborn son. And I wanted to create a new way of living for him. It's time to break the generational curse. The biggest generational curse that we pass on in our community is tied to food. The second is mindset. So if we can change what we feed ourselves and change our mindset, the trajectory that we could be on. And that's what I'm in here. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm doing. So let's see who we got in here. All right. So just bear with me one quick second. Actually, there's no way for me to do that because I don't have 2 devices. Pass me let me check my tablet real quick. See if I can. And I'm back. Thank you for waiting. So I'm working on letting there be space, and they're not always having to be speaking happening, but it's alive. So you came here to hear me talk, not just watch me. Boom. See, I gotta check the message. So a daily workout look like for me? Depends on the day. So most of the time my daily regimen, thanks for the question, brother. So the question that was asked was, what is my daily workout regimen? So I have two different type of regimens that I have. I have my strength training, and then I have my mobility training. Why is there two? Because what's important to me, my philosophy on fitness is about having functional strength, being able to move in positions, and having stamina to do whatever I want to for the longest. So strong enough to do whatever I want to do, flexible enough to do it, and enough energy to do it for as long as I want. That's what I train for. So my strength training focuses on just that, building bigger muscles that are strong. Not really big muscles, but strong muscles. I exercise for strength and not size. The second type of training that I do is the mobility training, and this is to increase range of motion and flexibility. So the range of motion is yoga, animal flow, and a mix of those dynamic stretches. Whereas my strength training, I like body weight, so I use body weight, what is that thing called? Suspension trainer, as well as resistance bands to do targeted muscles. Because with, hey, thanks for joining. Because with calisthenics, you're doing compound movements, so you're hitting big muscle groups all at the same time. I use the resistance bands to target individual muscles, like the biceps, the triceps, certain muscles in the back like that. So that's my workout routine. I appreciate the question, because not a lot of people ask. Now, another question that looks like came up is, what do I eat in a day? That's very simple. I do not eat cooked food before noon. Before noon, all I have is my smoothies and fruits. Afternoon, I'll have some oatmeal to help charge up or refuel myself from a workout if I worked out in the morning, or if I'm going to work out in the evening, because the oatmeal is full of carbohydrates and the complex form, so it takes the body longer to break it down, so it gives you that sustained energy. And then I top my oatmeal with flaxseed, hemp seed, pumpkin seed to get the omega-3s, as well as the branched chain amino acids that make up protein. Yeah. And then have myself a nice salad for lunch. Typically in my salads, I'll make sure that there's grains, nuts, and seeds, so that I'm still having a full meal in that salad. And then come around dinner, typical night if I'm being lazy and I'm using my meal prep, simple meal, curry, chickpea, and potato over red quinoa with a side salad, can't go wrong. So that's a full day of eating for me. And I got a text message from Miss Shaleyah saying that she's going to be a few minutes late, so let's just keep on vibing out. She'll be here in a moment. What other questions you got out there for me in the world? Or better yet, I would show you my back, but you ain't that interested. So I posted earlier in my stories about the importance of self-care. Self-care comes in many forms. Today, I embarked on physical self-care. I took my butt to my chiropractor, had a chiropractic adjustment, as well as saw the massage therapist, and I had my first experience with cupping. So my back looks like somebody been beating on me because of the bruises. Yep, wasn't gonna show you, but this is what your back is gonna look like after cupping. See those bruises? All of that. And the reason that that happens is what cupping does is it brings blood flow to that area so that it engorges the muscles, so that it makes it more pliable for the massage therapist. And also it gets the nutrients in there. It helps reduce the lactic acid. all of the things that make sore and tight muscles. How often do you detox, and what does your detoxing entail? Great question. Thank you, sis. So I detox once a quarter. Well, that's a double question. So the first answer is I detox daily. I do gentle detoxes, but I do a full detox once a quarter. And the way that I detox, I typically will do a juice fast for 7 days or a liquid fast for 7 days, where I have a blend of different juices that I put together to help clean out the organs, the blood, and the lymph system. And then while doing that, I have a friend who puts herbal blends together to focus on all of those same areas to cleanse those. So I do that once a quarter, because what a lot of people think that detoxing is that it's for weight loss, and it's not. Detoxing is just what it's called. It's detoxifying your body. It's moving the toxins from your body, removing the free radicals that, when are out of balance, cause you problems like cancer and other deteriorating issues. But Miss Shaleyah is ready for us, so let's go ahead and get her in here. This is my first time adding somebody, so I hope I did it. Oh, boom! There's that smiling face I was looking forward to. And she's got the background. I love the aesthetics.
Thank you. So great to see you. Thank you for having me. My apologies for running behind.
That is quite all right. We all are adults here, and we know life happens, and it happens fast.
Yes, it does.
So let me give you the proper introduction that you are due, young lady. Because I am super honored and super proud to be in the same room having this conversation with you. Because from what I can tell, this runs deep. I did a little research. Before this.
Well, come on with the research.
So from what I can tell, you have music in your blood. From what I read, your mother was a pianist.
You're right.
And then you had the nerve to go and have dancing classes with the young Beyonce Knowles.
Yes. We grew up going to the same dance school, same classes, same exact class, as a matter of fact.
And then you was like, all right, I'm gonna be serious about this. So you decided to get your bachelor, your BA in arts at Clark University.
Clark Atlanta University, HBCUs.
There we go. And then, like, these accolades are just amazing. You performed at the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival. You performed at the Essence Music Festival. You have a hot single right now, Natural, on all the platforms where you can get it. She is an author of her own book. And that book is Meals, Microphones, and Music, where she shares her journey and how the plant-based journey has helped her in her career. And on top of that, all of that, she's also a business owner of Sun Chase. And then she loves yoga and dancing.
Yeah, you summed me up.
Thank you. So I want all of you all out there to help me welcome Miss Shaleyah to Talking Vegan. Let's go.
Hey.
So I know my intro doesn't do you all the justice that it's due. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, thank you. Anyway, it was a wonderful, warm welcome. I was just trying to clear my screen. So you just told the people so much.
There's more.
My name is Shaleyah, for those of you who might just be joining. Thank you if you are here in the room. We appreciate your energy on this Good Friday night.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. So, hey, y'all. As he stated already, Robert, this excellent vegan coach extraordinaire. I am a music artist. I am a recording artist. I have performed on stages across the nation. I've also performed internationally. And so my background is in performance and music. I was also educated at the HBCU. And I love what I do. And on my journey, I found that living my best life meant to be as healthy as possible. And for me, it meant turning to a plant-based lifestyle. And
okay.
So that's what brings us here today. The fact
Absolutely.
that we have that in common, and I'm sure we have other things in common as well, but for tonight, we're focused on our
Plant-based
as
journey.
vegans and plant-based lifestylers, if you will.
Okay, great. So let's start at the beginning for you.
Okay.
How long have you been plant-based?
Well, I went plant-based my sophomore year in high school. So at that time, I was overweight, and a friend of mine had told me, like, I had some friends, like, I really, really leaned heavily on my friends, and one, I could see that she was working really diligently with her mother, and she was slimming down, and they were getting healthy. So I was doing my workout thing with that with that friend, and then my other friend told me, she was like, well, I heard if you stop eating meat, you could lose weight. That's how it started, right?
Okay.
It was an experiment. I just wanted to see if it worked. And once I did it, it wasn't that difficult for me to give up meat. I started pescatarian, and then I just kind of stepped off. So again, in high school, I started buying my own groceries, making my own meals, because I grew up in Houston, Texas, where we ate steak and potatoes and everything else under the sun. So I had to make my own meals. My mom was not about to start making plant-based meals.
So you started early in the kitchen.
Yeah. So unfortunately, I had that background. My mom and my grandmother had already shown me around the kitchen, so I knew how to cook. So that's how it started. I went into college, and I kind of veered off the path a little bit. And then I'm going to say 2 years after I graduated from college, that's when I decided to go all the way vegan.
Nice.
So it's actually been over 15 years at this point.
All right. So I was going to ask you to tell us the exact date, but thank you. All right, so it gives us 15 years. So you got me beat. I've been at this for 7 years.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
So
you are already a veteran in the game.
I'm working on it. I still got some more to learn. That's why I got folks like you on, because I got my notepad right here taking notes too.
Okay.
Because I got some good questions for you.
I'm always open to learning too.
Boom. So that's what's up. So you kind of gave us a little bit about what motivated you to switch to plant-based with your high school story. After college, what was that final kick that said, all right, no, this is the lifestyle for me. I'm not going back.
Okay. And I will say, because some people might be wondering, it actually did work for me. By changing my diet, by not only eliminating meat and dairy, I also eliminated sweets and sodas. And I lost like 30 pounds, and it was a huge transformation for me. But what made me decide to go all the way vegan, it was a few things. So just researching over time, I saw what it was like with how my body felt when I was off the dairy as well as the meat. Also, I had been doing research about the health benefits of removing dairy, especially for the reproductive organs for women. There seems to be some links to dairy and some of the reproductive issues that we can experience as women. So I wanted to like ease and hopefully we don't have any like queasy stomachs or whatever.
But not around here, because we get to talking about.
Let's get to it, okay? I wanted to, like lighten up my menstruation, like my monthly cycle. I didn't want to do cramps and stuff like that. And I felt like, based on my research, by giving up dairy, it could remove cramps and things of that nature as well. And then I learned about the industry. So the meat and dairy industry, when you learn about it, it's kind of horrific what they're doing behind the scenes. And
once you learn, it's hard to go back.
What'd you say?
I said, and once you learn, it's hard to go back.
It is. Remember that when that documentary, What the Health, came out? And so many people were like, I got to get off this meat. Even some of my own family members were like, show me what you do. I'm ready to go back.
That was a wake-up call for a lot of people.
It got people's attention,
The radars, the radars open. So now it's on the radar. Because when I first did it, and I was pescatarian for 15 years before I went full vegan. Right. Or plant-based. And a lot of the stuff that I thought I knew, I didn't know until actually living the life. So the fact that something like that in the movie Game Changers is being marketed the way that it is, so that there's more eyes on it and on this lifestyle. Okay. Because I bet that 15 years ago when you started this, there was not as many plant-based options in the grocery stores there are today.
Certainly. The industry has grown so much. There are so many more options. It makes it easier because now you don't have to go to specialty stores all the time to get some of the special things. You know, now you can find some of those things in like regular stores. And I see somebody mention that there's a new documentary on Netflix that deals with seafood. Thank you for that. I will check that out.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Richie Moon.
Thanks, Richie. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that one out. So as we talk, I'm gonna have to go back and start checking out some of these comments because I'm so focused on you. All right, but boom. So cool. So I'm glad that your research and your lifestyle helped solidify the decision for you, and then seeing the results behind it, it was like there's no turning back. There's no going back. Yeah, so. Absolutely. You kind of already answered how it affected you, but I'll ask you to go into more detail because because there's a lot of ladies in my audience. So I think that hearing from you and your perspective of how it helps you on your feminine journey, that's something I can't speak to. So talk about that a little bit. Talk about how it affected you in your day to day.
Okay. Hey, ladies. Fellas, y'all like. But how it affected me in my day-to-day, I just found that, one, when I'm eating lighter, I have more energy. So a lot of times people are amazed at how I'm able to go and get a lot of things done. Don't get me wrong. There's more I want to do and I need to do. So it's not a level of perfection. But even like my stage performance, when I was performing even more, my stamina and my endurance is excellent. And so, working out helps with that, but also my diet helps. Having this kind of diet has helped me to maintain a healthy weight as well. My weight fluctuates just like everybody else's, but there aren't major fluctuations. So that helps as well. Also, even though I'm vegan, I'm conscious about like if I'm eating whole foods versus like a lot of processed foods and the carbs that are the white bread and pasta and those kinds of carbs instead of something like quinoa. Like I try to focus on the carbs that are more like your vegetables. Vegetables and fruits are also carbohydrates.
Thank you.
Quinoa and the healthier carbs. I'm not 100% against carbs, but we got to watch the potatoes and the starchiness and things of that nature. So I would say another benefit as far as like being feminine and being a woman, I feel that my pH balance is very good. I don't have issues with smells.
Okay.
Yeah, she smells good.
Perfect.
Okay. She smells good, ladies. So that has been a great benefit as well. And I just haven't had a lot of issues down there, quite frankly. And you got to be careful with sugar too, because that's something that I've learned. Because I've had to, I'm constantly learning and researching. And when it comes to our yonis really don't like sugar. So while we're talking about being vegan and plant-based, it's also about being healthy, not just not having animal products, for me personally. So
and that's what it's about.
Being conscious about how much sugar I'm taking in. If this is a processed food, how much sugar has been added, how much sodium, things of that nature. So
you preaching, because that's the same way I feel very similar. So one of the things that in my meal plans I have people cut out are SOS. Salt, oil, and sugar. Because those are empty. One, they're empty calories that creep in, and now you just ratcheted your calorie count up. And if you're putting refined sugar in your food, now you're throwing off your glycemic levels from the sugar that's already in the food that you're eating.
Right.
So those are some great tips. And I did not know that the sugar in your food affected the pH balance of the yoni down there.
Yes,
See, I'm learning all the time.
It does.
And the fact that you focus on, and the fact that you focus on whole foods, that's one of the reasons why I consider myself plant-based versus vegan. Because to me, vegan is more of it's become a term that is more social, economic than it is about the lifestyle. Because with vegans, they always talk about what they don't eat. versus as a plant-based, living plant-based, I focus on what I do eat. I focus on eating whole foods, whole plant foods as close to their original form as possible.
Okay.
And I live by the 90-10 rule. 90% of my food needs to be whole food plants. The other 10% can be the processed. That's where the processed cheese, and I don't do the fake meats except the Beyond sausage. I had breakfast sausage. I was craving it. I had it. I liked it. I'm sticking with it.
I'm the same way. I stay away from that stuff unless like I'm out to eat with friends or
and it's got a convenience thing
or whatever, you know. As a matter of fact, I went and grabbed some food before I came on. I ran to go pick up some food from this vegan restaurant called Loving Hut, and it's excellent. But they put the fake meat in my order, and I asked for only the vegetables, so I had to wait. I was like, no, I need you to change that. I'm going to need you to change
See, man, but now that you over now, because you're in Atlanta, right?
I am in Atlanta.
See, so that means you're just right around the corner from the Slutty Vegan. I am waiting to get over there.
Well, you know, I've never eaten that Slutty Vegan. Don't tell anybody. But, you know, the lines are so long. That's not...
Okay. It makes it inconvenient.
One day I will wait. But it's like when I want to eat, I want to eat. But one of these days I will take the time to go to Slutty Vegan because I heard how great it is and I've seen the menu.
All right. So let's get back to it. Okay. What do you say would probably, because I know you have a busy lifestyle, you're on the road, you're doing gigs, you're running the business. What's the hardest part about doing all of that and still being plant-based?
I think the hardest part is, that's a really good question. Because
I know. I didn't want to ask you the question that I want to make you think.
Thank you for that. You know, because I've been doing it so long, it's like second nature for me. So a lot of the challenges that I had earlier on, they're not the same challenges that I have now. So
speak to some of your earlier challenges, because a lot of the people in the audience are newer to the lifestyle. So let's talk to some of those earlier challenges, because the second question I was going to ask is how did you overcome it?
Okay, so
you get to do it all in one.
Right, I'll speak to the earlier challenges and what I would say is my biggest challenge right now, and to show my humanity, so you all know that I struggle too. So in my earlier days, it was the meal planning itself, like. Constantly thinking about food, like, okay, what am I going to eat? You know, without those plans in place, without having food in your place, taking the time to go to the grocery store, constantly having to eat out or grab, pick up can get old. Cause you got to think, okay, what am I picking up today? You don't want to keep picking up the same meal. It can just be a lot, and that can be costly. Then you get into the idea of like, oh, being vegan and plant-based
is expensive.
It's not that. If you eat out every day for 2 or 3 meals a day, but it doesn't have to be that way at all. And whole foods are comparatively, it's not that much more expensive, especially when you take away the fact that you probably won't have to be on prescription meds and things of that nature, which also are an added cost to your health. So. With that said, I think the meal planning was like the hardest part at first. I had to get used to going to grocery shop consistently, not waiting until my food dwindled down. Now I got to go run here, run there for some food. Even though I ran to get some food today, that was a little bit different because I didn't want what I had at home. I was like, I need something.
And it's like that sometimes. But that's the beauty of it is you got options at home. You know what? Not today. I got this. But for the most part, you got the options at home. Because I just got back from Puerto Rico. So before I left, I emptied the food. And I normally go grocery shopping on Sundays. So I got back on a Tuesday like, uh-oh. Okay. And I didn't want to mess up the flow of my week by going to the grocery store. I've been eating out all week. It's driving me nuts. However, I know that it's the option. And I know that next week I'm going to have to pay for it by making sure that I get back on schedule. Because I've been eating a lot of the food out, and unfortunately, when you eat out on the road, they put more salt in the food than you would personally.
And sugar.
So I know my body is going to be reacting to all of this eating out, and then all the eating out I did during last week. So the detox that somebody was asking me about, I'm actually going to be starting it next week. I'm going to be doing I'm going to do a 3-day juice fast because the 7 days when I got my boys, it's too much. I need my energy. But enough about me.
So I would say that, so one of the things that helped me to get over that hump of the constantly thinking about what I'm going to eat or feeling like I was behind the ball and like, oh, this is a lot, was just taking the time to actually think about what I'm eating. Don't wait for the meal to creep up on me. Now I'm thinking about it. No, I'm thinking about it before, like maybe on Sunday, I'm already thinking about what I'm eating for the rest of this week. Okay, Friday, I'll eat out. Monday through Thursday, this is what I'll be eating. I'll be picking from this palette of food and whatnot.
Okay.
So just the planning is your friend. I tell people that on this lifestyle, planning is your friend. Don't shy away from it. Like, go ahead and embrace it. Because it's not just with this lifestyle. I think that would help a healthy lifestyle in general. Plan your meals.
I completely agree.
Now, what my current challenge is,
go for it.
I feel like right now, I want to be a bad vegan. Bad, of course. No, it's so bad. But like I want to eat more fried foods and more bread. And I don't eat fried foods, and I rarely eat bread. And these days I have been wanting it. I'm not gonna even lie. Like,
so then put yourself on the 90-10 rule and go enjoy it. Because, all right, so one of the things that I believe in when living this lifestyle is not being so rigid with yourself that you feel like you can't do something. To me, they're like, oh, you can't eat that? No, I could, but I choose not to. So because of the vacation thing, I've been eating more fried food than what I would make. Do I know that my body is going to suffer because of, well, not suffer. Do I know that my body's going to feel a certain way because of it? Absolutely.
Right.
Have I mentally prepared myself for it in the comeback? Yes. So if you want some bread, you want some fried food, go get it. However, just don't make that the 90. Make that the 10.
Listen, I'm doing it tomorrow. You have said
nothing
but the word.
See, there we go. I want to take a picture of it and send it to me. I want to see that.
I will. I'm gonna post it.
For dinner tonight, I'm having fried oyster mushroom sandwiches. So I'm having bread and fried.
Yes.
However,
so good. Yeah,
I know that I don't eat fried food often, so the extra oil that I'm putting in to my lifestyle in these couple of days isn't going to off balance. It's not like I'm eating fried food every single day. That's when it becomes an imbalance and it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
So go enjoy your fried food, sis.
I am, and I'm going to post it and share it with everybody and be like, look, this is what I had. And those of you who are still hanging out with us, thank you so much. I appreciate the hearts that's going up, the love, and you all just sticking around.
Absolutely.
When you get a chance, I would love for you to check out the link in my bio, just so you can see the different things that I have going on. I just wanted to plug that in for the people who are here now.
Yes,
so thank you
right now, for those that are here now, because we definitely going to plug you at the end. So, what's one piece of advice you would give to your younger self about this lifestyle?
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah. What I would tell myself is make sure you supplement your nutrition. Make sure you supplement your nutrition. So I think that it's important to, okay, so we're not getting everything we need from our food. As important, as great as it is to eat plant-based, you're still not getting everything you need because the soil is not as rich. So a lot of things are nutrient deficient, even when we're eating all of the quote unquote right things. So with that said, I think it's important to supplement. Now you can do that in different ways. A lot of people have been on the sea moss. A lot of people swear by sea moss and bladder wrack. Some people are taking multivitamins, like just popping pills or gummies for their multivitamins. Right. I recently started taking, so I'm doing 3 things right now, actually. I see somebody taking black seed oil. It's a lot of different ways you can supplement, right?
Okay.
So what I'm currently doing, because I used to swear by sea moss, I was doing sea moss and bladder wrack like all the time. I'm trying something a little bit different right now. I think sea moss and bladder wrack are a great combination. What I'm doing right now is called the Valet 30 supplement. Okay. And Ashley King one of our mentors, actually,
Yeah.
mentor, she put me onto it because I've heard so many great testimonials about it. But I believe it's called Valet 30, not 10, Valet 30. And I can go grab the bottle. I can show you all as well. If anybody wants to see it, let me know. I'll grab the bottle and show you. But
please do, because I'm interested.
It's a liquid. I'll make sure I show you. It's a liquid vitamin. It's packed with nutrients. I'm also taking an iron supplement.
Okay,
I
that's definitely
found out my iron was a little bit too low, and that's why I would tell my younger self to make sure I take get my
get your supplements in early. Yo, because that actually
I also use a protein powder in my smoothies that has.
Now, do you use a premixed protein powder, or do you use a powder that can be used for protein? And the reason why I asked the question is there's two different types. So do you use like a premix?
It's a premix.
Okay, cool.
And it does have chlorophyll in it. Yeah.
Dope. So the one that I use, I just use a pure pea protein powder for my protein powder because I add it to my smoothies. And then I found a website where you can make your own blend. So you can add pea protein, hemp protein, soy protein if you want. Like you can add your own blend. And so I thought that one was pretty cool too. But nice, you gave some dope information today. I super appreciate you. Like I just want to show my gratitude, but before we go any further, like, cause like you, for one, you got me out of my comfort zone. This is my first interview ever, so thank you very much for being such a great guest. So yeah, like we pushing hard this month, and the one thing that I noticed that I wanted to ask you about, because I wanted to see if they were the same, is in your book. I want to ask you about that because I want you to talk about that. But in your book, you talk about the 4 pillars of health. And I'm interested to see, because I believe that there are 5 pillars of optimal health. So I'm interested to see what your 4 pillars are.
Yes. You know, and I appreciate that question because I've heard different people's pillars. You know what I'm saying? So I totally understand if you have 5. Shoot, you might have 7. And I would love to hear them. For me and my purposes, the 4 pillars that I came up with are mindset, physical fitness, nutrition, and sound.
Ooh.
So it's a mind, body as far as the physical part, what we're doing as far as activity. Then there's a nutrition part for the body as well. So you have the mind-body connection, and then sound, which I believe is all around, is connection. It's also soul. It's all of it. So it's coming from the lens of mind, body, soul. But those are my 4 pillars. So what we're thinking, what we're putting into our minds. Again, mindset just covers all of that. Physical activity, nutrition, and sound. Nice.
So 3 of yours cross over into my 5. Okay. So my 5 pillars for optimal health are: eat nutrient-rich food, drink plenty of water, get plenty of sleep, adequate exercise, and have a healthy stress management system.
Yes, I agree with all of that. Absolutely.
So that's to me, that's the mindset part, because if you're managing your stress properly, you're in a higher state of mind. And most people don't realize that the stress that we put on ourselves is what's leading to some of the issues that we're having with our health.
Absolutely. Stress-related illness is a real thing. And I would say the sound is a crossover there too, because sounds, I'm talking about one of the ways we can use sound is for stress relief.
Right. So with you being in the music realm, do you use sound bowls as a part of your rituals or as part of your healing? Like sound bowls and the Hertz frequencies?
I actually do use Tibetan singing bowls when in my meditations. So I haven't incorporated that into my personal music offerings, like not on my, like in my singles and my project, not there, but in my own personal life with meditating. Yes. Okay,
good. That's where I was asking. But yeah, if you get to the point where you added it to your music, next level.
I know. I've actually been considering that. A friend of mine incorporated that into their stage show, and I loved it. I was like, dope. And I've been seeing more artists incorporate that. So that tells
Nice.
me that we're on a certain wavelength, I think.
And we're moving to that right wavelength for it. Nice, nice. So that's all the questions that I had. I wanted to respect your time. But now is the time that I want to let everybody that's with us know the amazing things that you got going on. Because this book, I'm interested to get my own copy so I can read. So let's talk about your book. Let's talk about your music. And I even see you got merchandise with them some t-shirts I saw.
Yes, and I love that you did your research. You're absolutely right about that. And I'm looking at, and this is sort of the last chance on the t-shirts because I'm about to flip the t-shirts and do something totally different with the merch. But right now they're still available. So right now what I have is my current single, Natural. It's available. It's available at the link in my bio. Actually, everything is available at the link in my bio. But the music is also, it's wherever you are streaming music or downloading music, it's there. Again, the name of my single is Natural. I'm featured on a few other projects as well. If you just put in my name, Shaleyah, you can see the spelling. It's somewhere in here.
It's right there. And I'll put it again because I'm going to repost this to my page when we're done so that I'll be able to rewatch.
Perfect. So yes, so that's the name of my most recent single, Natural. Also, there's an official video on YouTube. That link is also in my bio. Y'all watch the video because that way you can see the
let's get her viewership up on YouTube, y'all. Let's help her monetize that YouTube video. Let's do it. Go tap in.
And share your feedback.
Please.
Thumb it up if you like it, and I believe that you will because it's gotten nothing but positive responses.
I listen to it. It's a vibe. I listen to it. It's a whole vibe. Shit.
It's a vibe, y'all. So check that out. So that's what the single and the video to go with the single. Also, we've been talking about my ebook. So right now it's available to download once again at that link. You can just download it and it's yours immediately. The book is only $9.99. Catch it while it's $9.99 because I'm going to make some changes and the price will have to go up. But right now it's $9.99, and you not only do you get to hear about my personal story and how it relates to not only my artistry but my journey to health and to being plant-based, but also it's a reference and informational guide. Like it breaks down how you can improve your mindset, how you can improve your physical health, how you can improve your nutrition, how you can use sound to improve your life and feel better and get healthier. So the whole thing is just, it's about how can you live a healthier life based on those 4 pillars.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. So y'all, please go tap in with this sister. Go click the link in her bio. Support her. Get the viewership up on YouTube. Get the ebook. Enjoy it. Digest it. And give us some feedback because we are out here living healthy, y'all. And we want y'all to live healthy with us. Now, if you want to join in this 30-day challenge that I have to live healthy, go click the link in my bio. Download the 30-day health tracker. It's yours. Pick one of the 4 activities and track it daily. Tag me and repost it so that we can all live healthy together. And I have a huge announcement for you guys. I have a huge announcement. So on Monday, I will be starting a new video series, a 7-part video series, how to go vegan, how to go plant-based without going broke. So that's why when you said a couple of things about that earlier, I was like, yep, this is my time to chime in, but I got to say it. So we'll be talking about how you can go with this plant-based lifestyle within 90 days without breaking the bank, because that is a misconception that a lot of people have about this lifestyle, is that it's expensive when it's not. So we're going to break down those barriers. We're going to teach you how to go plant-based, make it a sustainable lifestyle for you so that you can improve your health, improve your outcomes, and live a thriving life.
I love it.
So, yes, ma'am, we are going to connect some more. So, I want to respect your time. I want you to have a beautiful Friday evening. I want you all to have a beautiful, healthy Friday evening. And that's it. Go live healthy. See you next week for Thriving. No, this isn't Thriving with Plants. This is Talking Vegan. So, next week, same bat time, same bat channel.
Thank you.
Hold on. I just aged myself with that statement. Y'all young folks, y'all don't know nothing about that. Get out of here.
Thank you so much for having me, and I can't wait to
You're very welcome.
My page so we can continue our discussion. So yes.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Peace.
Bye, everybody.